Good morning. I am throwing stuff into my bag, getting ready to go run into this hospital because, per usual, not able to find parking here at Landstuhl, so I basically just made my own parking spot because this is atrocious. But I need to get in here because I have a barium swallow test that I need to do. I'm packing all my stuff because heaven forbid if they were to sit there and say, like, I don't know, they're towing my car or something. I just don't want my purse and stuff to be gone with it. So let me get my mask and let's go. I have such a bad headache. Whew. Anyways, though, as y'all saw, I had to swallow that stuff that was on the table. I loved the doctor. He was telling me different things that he was finding right then and there. And then, like, he said, you know, when he can get into a dark room and, like, obviously look at it a little bit more in depth, he will. There might be slight changes, but so far his diagnosis, I love that I just, like, got it right there off the bat and that I'm not crazy, y'all. I have moderate to severe acid reflux, which is interesting because when I met with the surgeon, you know, he was like, well, I don't know if your acid reflux is really, like, you know, due to, like, your sleeve and things versus it being just you've had weight gain in your stomach and, like, being backed up and stuff is just pushing on that, which I'm like, I feel like when I watched that swallow and, like, looking at it, and he was like, you have moderate to, he's like, it is in your throat. Like, literally, I'm like, I didn't gain that much. My stomach ain't pushed up that much, you know what I mean? To be pushing it up there, like, I definitely have the reflux happening. So, it just further makes me, I guess you could say, feel better about this decision that I started this process now of going and looking at this and getting the revision versus just dealing with this and doing other things and then having to have maybe, like, emergency surgery or different things down the road. If I just kept living with this for a long time, that it would cause scar tissue and things in my esophagus and things, and it would cause strictures, which I was also really glad to hear about. He said that I don't have, it doesn't look like, at least from preliminary, any strictures, which is good. My sleeve did expand a little bit, but he said that was normal also given over time. Like, it wasn't like it was substantial, but, like, still, I was kind of like, baby tube ain't the same little baby tube she used to be. So, you know, there's just things that, like, I can look at this as more of a blessing than, I think we all have to, sorry, I'm going to retract here. I feel like so many times we're so hard on ourselves, right? And instead of looking at also the positives, like, how amazing is this that I'm getting the opportunity to fix some of these issues, but also sort of, like, try again, right? With weight loss surgery and really making it successful for the rest of my life. Like, Lord knows I'm not trying to go under the knife one more time. I want this to be it, but I also want it to be that it really truly, like, my life is changed and it's set forever. I want to be able to be at a healthy weight, feel good again, be healthy again for a long time, you know, like, when I got the sleeve and I only really sort of enjoyed, I feel like, the getting thinner, skinniness. I wasn't taking advantage of the other, I feel like, health benefits to it because my eye was still on, I want to have a baby, right? Like, we wanted to expand our family. And now that I'm more at that mindset of, like, I'm done having kids, I feel like this is becoming my era. Like, I get to just be me and really take care of me, and I am just so thankful for that. There's still talk about another child, but let me tell you, I'm looking more at, like, an adoption realm versus it being a hereditary type of thing, or I was like, you know, if we blow up on YouTube or social media and your girl's making a lot of money, then maybe we look at surrogacy. But like, me physically carrying a baby, I just don't see right now. And then obviously age is a factor. So like, I'm just coming up on, I feel like, my expiration date. I'm glad that I'm moving along in this process. So I had my nutrition appointment yesterday, the first one. Like even she was saying, you know, it's just good to kind of have this again, but it really wasn't anything I didn't know per se. They do things a little bit differently here where they progress you a little bit faster. So like when I had my sleeve, I was on clear liquids and different things for a long time. Like I wasn't having ricotta and cottage cheese for a while, and they allow you to do like ricotta and cottage cheese and stuff in your like not soft food. I have to look at it, but basically like once you go from clear liquids, it's before your pureed stage, but like they allow you to have that there, which wasn't a thing back when I had surgery. It's also interesting to see how much they didn't do things when I had surgery. So like this doctor was shocked. He was like, oh, have you done this before? And I was like, no. I was like, when I got my original surgery, they didn't do the endoscopy. They didn't do this. He was like, where'd you get your surgery? Cause kind of like, did you go to Mexico? Like, because they didn't do any of this, and he was shocked. He's like, usually they want to do that so that they can really be getting a lay of the land, like making sure everything before they're going in for surgery. And my surgeon did not do that. So I am glad to be doing all of this go round, where my surgeon knows all the ins and outs of my body and different things and unique challenges before cutting into me. I need to get to the other base so that I can get to Sean's work and pick up Dante. I think I'm gonna go to IKEA because I love the IKEA meatballs. Like you can buy them frozen. They have the version where you can get them actually like chicken ones or the beef ones. Also plants. You all know I'm a plant mama, and so I just want to look at some plants and stuff. Just basically get out, do that with Dante while he's still in good moods in the morning, get home.
I don't know about you, but I feel like February has been the longest month ever, and it is only Wednesday. For more information on this,
join us for Rejuvenated. Come and start forming healthy habits or revitalize your yoga journey.
All right, well, as you see, there's some plants in the back. Went to IKEA, certainly didn't expect to spend over $300, but we do get this thing called VAT, where you get this VAT form. It saves you on the tax, because tax here is outrageous. So I'm trying to see if I can see. I think it's like 18%. Okay, yeah, 19% and 7%. So 7% on the food, 19% rate for everything else. And so I'll end up turning that in and I get that back. I did get quite a few beautiful plants, one of which Dante ruined before we even walked out the building, but it's fine. And then I just needed to get like some extra towels and just like odd and end things for us. And I'm not down here, and I don't make the trip down here enough to make it like worth my while to be like, let me get a couple things now and then come back. Like I just like to come and stock up, and then I'll come back in maybe a few months or so. It's so ridiculous because literally IKEA is maybe 20 minutes away, but it's just like, we all know how IKEA is, and it's just like going through IKEA with a toddler. Like it's literally so silent in there, and here he is just like screaming and stuff. Not tantrum, but just like he's so loud. But anyways, I still have such a major headache. I'm gonna get home, get him down for a nap, get these plants and stuff in, and then hopefully be able to eat some food, try to drink a lot of water, try to get some medicine for my head, and chill. Hello, I am doing a day in the life on my TikTok and then vlogging here. So it has been a day, 24 hours or so. Oh gosh, oh my back. I I need to like set y'all down somewhere, but okay. So first off, do you see my cup that came? Look at that. When I tell you I'm motivated, I'm motivated. You guys know how I am. I was reading further into my like notes and stuff, because you can go, if you're a military spouse or whatever, your TRICARE online, and you can like look at your results of stuff. You can look at like what kind of notes they've put in from your visits. And so I was reading the encounter notes and stuff from the surgeon, and it just, like I said, it just further motivates me to just like keep it going. The thing that I'm struggling the most with is the 10,000 steps a day. I had no idea how sedentary I am. Like, it doesn't feel like I'm sedentary because it's like I've got kids. I've got a young child, right? Like, I'm up and about and doing stuff with him. But man, like, how do y'all be getting 10,000 steps a day in? So I just need to very consciously think about my movement and steps and doing things. So I'm really curious. A gnat. I need to go with my plants again. I had a terrible migraine, as you guys saw, and I needed to just let it ride. I ended up taking a naproxen by that night, and it like took the edge off. But then yesterday I still was just like, I cannot handle life. I tried to take Dante to gymnastics because the mom guilt set in. Like, I was like, I can't take him, but like, it's the one thing he looks so forward to every week. Like, it's his little thing, and I think it's so cute. So I was like, let me just like take take another ibuprofen and just like get there. I got into Big Betty, and Big Betty did not start. I almost thought it was going to be time. I thought it was going to be time that Big Betty finally bit the dust, but luckily it was just a battery. So Sean came home at lunch and changed the battery out. She started. I have not tried to start her today yet. I'm going to see about going to go run some errands. And just kind of, he told me I need to drive her around anyways to just kind of really charge up the battery. So I might go to the butcher to get more bones and stuff, because obviously, depending on when this is happening, but just in general, it's good to do is bone broth. I've just started making my own bone broth. Let me tell you, you guys, I remember the price of bone broth at the stores. I am going to show you how to make like good bone broth. I'm not saying that it is, now granted, I use my bone broth a lot of times in recipes, or I use my stock and stuff like that. Like, I make my own stock, I make my own bone broth. But when I tell you I made this bone broth that was so, you guys are gonna be bad at this word, gelatinous, but like, it was a good thing. It really means that it like pulled so much out of it. Oh, so good. I'm going to show you guys that. That's something that's going to be a part of my life for a while, because obviously when they put me on the pre-op diet of just liquids, and then after surgery, you're only doing liquids like that. So I want to have something that's really good for me and isn't just like, I remember after surgery, the first time I did like the packets of like chicken broth and stuff, but they just have so much like additives and the, you know, salts and stuff. And I, in general, am just trying to be a better person, healthier person, mindful of what I'm putting in my body. And I've been like that ever since we lived in Italy, really. Like, when you look at them as a culture and the way that they really truly do organic food, not just the label on it, but I look at it to be organic more so as, instead of going and just buying, like, sometimes you got to, where you just go and get yourself like a little can of red sauce or something like that, right? Because you ain't got time to be making your red sauce from hand. But a lot of times they really do take the time. It's like they are taking the tomatoes and just cooking them down, taking garlic. Like, Italian food is so delicious, but you guys, what's so funny about it is it's so simple. Okay, had to take a bathroom break, but being mindful what I'm putting in my body in general, even for a family, but like being realistic. Like, be for real. Like, those people who act like they just take every little thing out of certain things of diets, like, especially if their kids are like, oh, no artificial dyes, no this. I literally saw somebody be like, I'm taking artificial dyes, things like that out of something, and then they were sitting there eating McDonald's french fries. Like, be for real. Be for real. I feel like life is about balance, and you can make little changes that can add up substantially in the future. So like I said, financially as well as probably more holistically, making your own bone broth, making your own stock, things that like that are so simple. I think they feel like they're daunting, but they're not. They're really simple. It's going to be cost effective. You know what you're putting in it. Like I said, the Italians, that's what I loved about their food. So simple, but yet so good, because I want to maximize my weight loss. And that's the thing too that is important to know when it comes to weight loss surgery, is you really have to be strict to it. And like, you'll hear a lot of people, there's another person who's like a pretty popular influencer, and I was watching one of her things even the other day, and like she said, the first year she was just so strict on the portion size, everything, because that is that time that you maximize your weight loss. When you get to like your goal weight, then you can start to adjust. And it even says that in the nutrition guides and stuff that I have in this, is once you get to like the weight you're supposed to be at, then you shift things. You shift, you know, the calories and stuff like that you're doing. So I know that it's going to be a very disciplined year ahead of me. It's not to act like I will never have tiramisu again. It's just, it's not in my next 12 months. I'm trying to really like get down to, although hopefully it'll be like my sleeve where I lost my weight in like 9 months. So hopefully if I can lose, and I don't have as much to lose this time. So it's like, if I can get down to the body weight that I need to be sooner, then I might be able to be at my maintenance sooner. But like overall, I'm telling myself, right? So like a year of no more wine, a year of not having the sweets. It's Girl Scout cookie season. Like that kind of stuff is just not going to be in my life for a while, but it's not to say that I'll never have it again. I love that we're here for the next, we're almost 4 years. And so I have almost 4 years of support as well. That's one of the things that was kind of hard too, is like when I had my surgery, we then moved. And so it was like, I lost that. I lost that community, the follow-up, all of that kind of stuff. Whereas at least I'm glad here, it's going to be the same doctor, same nutrition team. Like I'm going to have them, and I'm going to be able to really like lean on them, follow up on my appointments, and they know me.